Just when you thought that this idiot couldn't sink himself even lower of being a scumbag, just when you thought he couldn't get any lower, he does. Now, in my last video, I talked about the fact that the Florida State Seminoles football team, college football team, excuse me, it was left out of the college football playoffs. An outrage, to be sure. All of us real, and I emphasize that word very strongly, real college football fans are outraged by it. You follow college football as much as I do. Now, everyone knows me, knows I'm an Ohio State football fan, and I say it proudly. But I'm a college football fan by heart. What happened to them was an outrage. I said all that in my last video, but apparently Nick Adams wanted to take it to the next level. He wants to boycott. I told you he wanted to boycott the, well, actually, he said in a video post on Twitter that he wants to boycott the college football playoff. I got no problem with that. It's an outrage, it's an outrage. But then he goes off into this spiel of alpha males and beta males and all that other BS, and saying that the college football playoff committee is a bunch of beta males, that they left out the Florida State Seminoles because they're anti-Native American. My God. It makes me sick just saying all that. But just when I thought that he couldn't go any lower, he does. He posted this not too long after his video post. The 5 worst examples of Native American erasure. Look down the list. He names only 2 real examples, true examples, of Native American erasure. The Trail of Tears and Osage County massacres. Excuse me, the murders. So you're going to equate the Washington Redskins changing their name, the Cleveland Indians changing their name, and of course the snubbing of Florida State. You're going to equate sports teams with murders, with the Trail of Tears. Now, you're speaking to a man, you're hearing a man who grew up in Kentucky, in a town not too far away to where the Trail of Tears. So I learned about that in school at a young age. You're going to equate that. You're going to equate name erasures, name changes, and the playoff snubs to Native American massacres and murders. Just as I said earlier, just when this guy couldn't show himself more of a scumbag, he shows himself to be a scumbag. What really bothers me about this guy is, honestly, this guy is perhaps the most unintelligent person I have ever seen on the internet, and I've seen a lot. Am I angry about what happened to Florida State? You're darn right I am. They went undefeated. They won their conference. But that's hardly a comparison to Native American massacres and murders. Now, the Indians changing their names to the Defenders, now that can be argued that was pretty petty. But as for Redskins, that's a racial slur and deserved the name change. But that pales in comparison to Native American massacres and murders. Adams, you are an idiot. But I'm not surprised at this at all. This guy who claims he's God's gift to mankind, who says on every post he's an alpha male. You're not an alpha male unless you do this, that, and the other, unless you treat women like sex objects, and he has said this on his Twitter page. But the number one thing is, you're not an alpha male unless you vote for Donald Trump and any other Republican I approve of. That's Nick Adams talking. But what really bothers me about Nick Adams is you're equating sports with actual murders and massacres. Are you out of your damn mind? Obviously you are. You still worship Donald Trump and the ground that that guy walks on. Adams, I really don't want to talk about you again. So stop making it so darn easy for me to talk about you. You're making it easy for people like me to talk about you, to disrespect you, to degrade you. Because you do crap like this. You call for boycotts against the NFL because an NFL player is dating a huge celebrity. You call people beta males because they won't treat women like garbage and won't kneel to Donald Trump. And now you equate sports, decisions made by executives, and a decision made by a group of people who some of them, now I've looked up the CFP committee, some of them have experience in football, but this was wrong, in the wrongest way. But you equate sports with actual massacres and murders. Seek help. Seek Jesus if you have to. No, actually, you should seek Jesus. Because quite honestly, Adams, you got some problems. And I'm going to renew my challenge. I am challenging Nick Adams to a video debate, one-on-one. And I'm going to ask him some very, very hard questions. And I expect him to ask some very hard questions of me. But I know I'm not going to get a straight answer from him about any of the questions I answer because he's a coward. Anyone who equates sports with actual murders, massacres written down in history, is a coward. I'm done with you, Adams. Accept my challenge, but be forewarned. If you accept my challenge, I am not going to show any kind of leniency towards you. I'm going to ask you some very hard questions. And you're going to answer those very hard questions if I have to pull those answers out of you. Because quite honestly, this whole alpha male BS is nothing more than a cover to show that you're a bigot, you're a racist, and you're a clown. CTP, know the truth, God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.